I remember when we first read that initial Cars on the Road series description, and we all were flabbergasted when we saw that it said that old and new friends would be checking in along the way, because that meant that some classic Cars characters were most likely going to return in the new series. So the possibilities were just endless. I was thinking the Tuners might come back. Chick Hicks might come back, the King might come back, the McMissile might come back, Holly Shifwell might come back. You get the idea. Lots of classic Cars characters could have come back into Cars on the Road. But obviously, when it ended up coming out, we were pretty disappointed, or at least I was, anyways, that only one classic, I don't even really want to call her classic, but character returned for the series. And of course, that was Cruz Ramirez. And they did give her a new paint job and everything. So, she did look a bit different. It was kind of cool just to see, I guess to check in on her. But in all honesty, I would have preferred pretty much any other character, probably even Jackson Storm more than Cruz Ramirez to return in the series. But you know what? Putting all that aside, at the end of the day, I think she was a lot more tolerable in Cars on the Road than she was in Cars 3, where I found her to be a very annoying kind of Mary Sue kind of character. You know what I mean? She was very much so still a Mary Sue in Cars on the Road, meaning like she can just do anything and not do anything bad either. Like she's just perfect at everything. But, maybe she's growing on me a little. I mean, she has been a character in the Cars universe for quite some time now. When Cars on the Road first came out, about 5-6 years. So, yeah, anyways, here she is, racing Center Cruz Ramirez, the Cars on the Road variant of this very kind of annoying, to me at least, character. Anyways, though, welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. I know it's taken me so long to review this car. This is actually the final 2022 Cars on the Road car that I wanted to review, and then I can, just finish up the last few ones I need to review from 2023, and then it's, right on to 2024. But the thing is, I've never found this car in a store, and she was first really issued in like 2022 singles case L, so it's been a while, and then they reissued her in many other cases after that. But for some reason in 2023 they gave her a new name, because here they call her Racing Center Cruz Ramirez, but in 2023 for whatever reason they changed her name to Rusty's Dinoco Cruz Ramirez, which only partially makes sense because obviously she does have Dinoco decals on her, but I don't see any Rusty's decals, so I don't really get where they got that name from, and they just pulled it out from where the sun don't shine. I mean, this name really doesn't make all that much sense either, because the Racing Center never really appears or is really even mentioned in Cars on the Road, but I don't know, I guess it makes more sense than Rusty's Dinoco. Anyways, though, yeah, very, very cool artwork. It is nice to see Cruz back. I like how she's smiling like that. We'll zoom it in so you guys can see her better. It's really cool, this paint job, because she's actually golden. More of a bronze, I guess, rather than a gold. But I do like the toned down decals that she has. And, I mean, I've been wanting to get this diecast for a long time opened up. But unfortunately, this is my only one. And I got it from Mr. Dockett back in the fall. And I don't know, mostly because I got it from him, I just don't want to open it. I know she's not a rare card or anything, but it is on pretty perfect cards. So it pains me to open it. But, I want to review her. It's a new variant of Cruz. And, well, quite frankly, I'm tired of looking at the McDonald's one that I've had for a little while now. The stickers are starting to peel off, too. So, I think I need an upgrade, that's for sure. Anyway, so yeah, new for 2022. Love this packaging style. Also, the 2023 one, they also updated very slightly the packaging. They moved the metal logo down into the bottom left-hand corner and the 3+ logo over there, but that's pretty much the only change. I don't know why they did that in 2023 for the Cars on the Road packaging, but they did. Anyways, on the back, as seen in Cars on the Road, and we have Cruz herself. There's her stock image. Pretty cool to see. And then Road Trip Lane McQueen, the 2022 variant. K. Biller DeRev, the Speed Demon. Griswold, and Royce Revsley. And then a ghost car there. I thought they did put cars there in 2022. I guess not, though. They've been doing that a while then, putting a ghost car there. Don't know why they like to leave it blank now. But anyways, yeah, another change. I think that the Cars on the Road 2023 packaging style, I just realized it doesn't have this RSN logo on it. I don't have one on hand, unfortunately, but I can like 95% confirm that it doesn't have that. So I don't know why they did it in 2022 and not 2023. Anyway, so yeah, I can't wait to bust open this Cruz Ramirez variant and check out how she looks compared to all the other Cruz Ramirez variants. So, I mean, what am I even still here talking about? I don't know. Let's bust her open. Thinking about it more now, I really do wonder if a 10th episode of Cars on the Road was possibly canceled. Because when you think about it, I mean, why else would they call this cruise Racing Center Cruz Ramirez? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's no racing center ever seen or talked about in the series. And also, don't forget, they made a Cars on the Road themed Rusty's Dinoco Racing Center playset, which included a yellow Pitty and a plastic Lady McQueen. So I mean, what was that all about? Like, that's a very Cars 3-esque kind of playset. There's really no reason to make it under the Cars on the Road branding. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I never got that one because it was just kind of a little bit on the basic side, I thought. But I mean, I don't know. It does make me wonder. Maybe there was supposed to be an extra episode. Not saying it would have been the 10th and final episode. Probably would have been in the middle somewhere. But maybe it could have, shown us the Rusty's Dinoco Racing Center. Maybe that's where Cruz was originally supposed to appear in. And maybe some other cool characters could have returned too, like the King, Cal Weathers, Tex Dinoco, Rusty and Dusty. Who knows? The possibilities would have been endless if they would have done that. Because that would have been a great episode to see a lot of classic characters return. But whatever, we ended up getting Cruz in the final episode, the 9th episode, also called Gettin Hitched. And I mean, I liked her appearance. She definitely was much, I think, more enjoyable to watch than she was in Cars 3, where she was just kind of picking on McQueen the whole time for being old and whatnot. And in the episode, Gettin Hitched, we learned that she's actually the cousin of Mateo, who is obviously marrying Mater's sister, Mato. So I don't know how they're cousins. Like, they don't look the same at all. He, if anything, I thought he was, I know he wasn't Japanese, but this is a Japanese car model, so, or is it Italian? I don't know, but he's obviously of Spanish descent, and so is Cruz. She's Latina, I think, so, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but, I don't know, we've seen a lot of different, cultures be represented with this car model, so it is a little confusing. But anyways, I'll show you where Cruz appears at in the episode now. McQueen was pretty shocked to see Cruz at the wedding, because of course he didn't realize she was cousins with the groom. But yeah, she does appear a lot throughout the episode, has lots of speaking lines. She's still voiced by Cristela Alonso, which is cool. And she actually is the one that kind of judges Mater and Monto's contest. She's the one that always says who has won each one of the contests. And then after they hash it all out and get all their feelings out onto the lawn, she's actually the one that makes them talk about their feelings and whatnot, because she does mention that she also dabbles in family therapy. Of course she does. And guess what? She's also a wedding officiant, so she gets to marry Mato and Mateo once Justice Stern, that Pitty with the big mustache, leaves because he just can't take any more of the Mater family nonsense. But yeah, it was a fun episode, and I think Cruz added to it. I mean, I liked her character a lot more than I did in Cars 3. Like I was saying, I think she was a lot more tolerable. Not that I hate Cruz, but I don't know. She was never one of my favorite characters from Cars 3, so I am glad that they just kind of made her a bit more, well, she's older now, so maybe that's why she just seems more mature, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, nice expression for Cruz. It does look to be maybe slightly different from the regular Dinoco Cruz. I think if anything, maybe they flipped around her eyes. It looks like the left eyelid kind of humps up more now, whereas before it was the right one that kind of humped up. But yeah, it looks, yeah, to me, that's what it looks like. But it's also a Thailand-made car. This one was Chinese, so maybe that's why, too. She does have a plastic eye plate. But the mouth, I think the casting might be the same. Maybe a little different. Looks like they actually, instead of painting the white for the bottom layer of teeth, looks like they painted red to kind of look like a tongue. So now it looks like her mouth is slightly open, which is cool. So it does change the look of that. Mattel does that a lot, and I don't mind. It gets them to change the expression without them having to change the actual casting. So it's kind of a good idea. Anyways, though, Cruz is a 2017 CRS Sports Coupe, and very evidently so, of course. She's very modern looking, very thin headlights there in the front, very thin taillights too. I really do like the model of Cruz. And Jackson Storm too, they both look so modern, all the next gens, like they still look so modern, even though Cars 3 came out like 7 years ago. They still look brand new, like they just rolled off the engine line. But anyways, the decals on this new version of Cruz really aren't that in your face. There's not that many of them. They really weren't on the regular Dinoco Cruz either, though. I mean, it's not like there was that many decals before, but she actually has even less now. And it looks like they flipped around the decals. Yeah, look at that. The number 51 and the Dinoco decals are on the side, on the door there. are kind of like turned towards the right now, whereas before they were turned towards the left. And also the dinosaur, the big long neck, Apatosaurus or Brachiosaurus, whatever it is, it looks to be brown now, so it's actually kind of hard to even see him. I don't know if I like that, being in brown. See, it didn't look bad in the show, but I do think that this color is slightly inaccurate. I don't think really it should be as dark gold as it is. Probably should be more just like a yellowish gold. Maybe they made it a bit too dark. Like the color on the spoiler, it's lacking the metallicness, but that's probably what her whole body should be. But I don't know, I like the color, so it is, pretty nice looking. I don't really want to complain about it. Although it is hard to see the dinosaur, so that's one little complaint. It is in a different spot too, and I think it's just a little bit uh well, it's just like it's darker. Everything's kind of darker on this cruise. It almost looks like she had like a spray tan or something like that. Like she was just on the beach too long. But there's nothing on the hood. No Dinoco decal, which is fine. I mean, this is cruise how she looks in the off season, so it makes sense for her to not have so many decals. I do understand why they kind of made her look a bit bare bones. They did the same thing to McQueen. That is really an off season paint job technically. Well, road trip paint job. Big number 51 on the top though. She has her little roof flaps there. They did put the 51 in a different spot. It's more centered up now, and it's also, of course, turned towards the right, just like the side decals. Nice plastic windows, though. I like how they put the gold for the window bars in the back there. Surprised they didn't just leave it yellow. But yeah, the spoiler, it's not that great. It looks plasticky, it doesn't match. But that's really my only complaint. Oh, I do have one more complaint. I forgot to mention the rims. The rims are the wrong color. Let me grab Cruz Ramirez's artwork off to the side here. I don't know why I always put them so far away from me. But yeah, they're the wrong color. They're just supposed to be black or like a slate gray color, I guess, maybe more. But for some reason, I don't know why, they decided to make them this ugly gray primer color. And they don't really look bad. I know I just said they're ugly, but I don't know, they're a bit noticeable. Kind of ruins the minimalistic design this car has, so I don't really care for those, but it would be an easy fix to just paint them black, and this cruise is available in the Racing 2-pack too for 2023 and 4, so I really should pick that up if I ever find it. Haven't been able to find it though, hence the reason why I'm just reviewing this cruise now. But yeah, that would be a good idea. If I ever get that one, I'll paint it and we'll have a better, more accurate looking cruise. Don't think I'll be able to fix the spoiler though. That's probably just gonna stay inaccurate looking just because it's plastic. But yeah, there she has her exhaust on the side there, little gas cap over the back wheel well, and then on the back, once again, very minimalistic. Just has a tiny number 51, kind of just like McQueen. He just has same type of thing, but his is 95, of course. And yeah, no rookie racing stripes either. So that's cool. I think this might be the only variant of Cruise that doesn't have the rookie racing stripes, except for maybe like the Cars 3 like XRS Cruise variants, maybe those. I don't know, I don't have too many of them, but yeah, she's missing those little yellow lines down there, so that's cool. I'm happy about that. Very nice. And then you can see the CRS logo up there, because like I said, she's a CRS Sports Coupe. That's the model and make that she is, of course. This side looks to be the same, so not really much to talk about there. It's a cool design. It's hard to see the dinosaur, I think you can see it better on the color changer that they did of this cruise. I don't have that either because they didn't release those in Canada either. There's a lot of Cars on the Road cruises that you can't get in Canada. Everyone, technically, because the single was never available. The 2-pack, the racing 2-pack thing was never available. The mini racer was never available either. They don't even sell those here at all. Even the McDonald's cruise from Cars on the Road was not really available because for whatever reason they never brought those to Canada. I'm not sure why. So I guess Mattel just doesn't want me to have a Cars on the Road cruise, I guess. Anyways, the date stamp is R27A, so that means she was made in the 27th week of 2022. Very cool, made in Thailand. Her base is kind of brown, so that's kind of nice. It goes well with the very like darkish kind of tan color scheme that she has on her. So I like that. I mean, I really do like this cruise a lot. I knew I would like it. I saw lots of images of her online. Now that I finally have her in my hands, I gotta say, it really is one of my favorite variants of Cruise. It's fun to have an off-season version of her. It doesn't have any contingency sponsors. It's lacking a lot of decals, and it just kind of looks more like a Cruise originally did when we first saw her in Cars 3. So, yeah, now it's time to compare this Cruise to all of the other notable Cruz Ramirez variants. This is the one from Cars 3, of course, the classic one. The little Rusty's Racing Center 95 decal there. And the license plate, too. I forgot Cruz used to have a license plate. This one does not, because it's like a racing version of her. Still, even though it's in the off-season, she wouldn't put her license plate on whenever she's not racing. I don't think that would make much sense, because McQueen, we've never seen him with a license plate. And then we have the Rusty's version of Cruz that she wears. She looks like this in the end of Cars 3 when she beats Jackson Storm at the Florida 500, of course. This one just gets, I think, released too much nowadays, but it was really cool. I remember when I first got it, I really liked it. I found it in the States. And then here's the regular Dinoco Cruz, which is definitely the most similar to this one. But, what one's better? I don't know. I mean, I've always loved this one. This one's kind of a bit nostalgic for me, even though Cars 3 is not that old. It is a bit nostalgic, and I do like the metallic blue colors that she has on her. It mixes well with the yellow, so I want to say this one is my favorite still. But I don't know. The silver one here is cool too that they did in 2020, I think it was. It's obviously made in Thailand, so they do look pretty similar. I just don't like those rims. They really shouldn't have done that. Don't know why they had to do that for. Doesn't make much sense to me. Why make the rims gray? Like, were they supposed to be originally? Maybe that's another reason why, like, it could prove my theory that maybe Cars on the Road was originally supposed to have an extra episode that maybe would have went to the Rusty's Dinoco Racing Center. Who knows? But anyways, here's the McDonald's version. I know it's not very great. I did review it a couple months ago, though. Lacks all the details and everything, but it is kind of funny. It was an okay, just substitute to have until I got the real one, but they didn't even make her gold. They didn't even attempt to make her gold. They just made her yellow, like the old Cruz is. Anyways, though, yeah, I guess that'll be it for today. I don't really know why I waited so long to open this Cruz. Well, I do, because I wanted to get a second one. But I'll get a second one day. Hopefully the 2022 and 3 variants to keep in the package, although they are both the same. They really should do a updated version of this Cruz with the black tires. But she is back for 2024, so, they really do like to re-release her. She's been released every year for the past 3 years now, so, yeah, I don't know. Will she end up being just a common car eventually? Probably. In fact, I think she already is in the States, just not for me in Canada here. Anyways, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely make sure to let me know which variant of Cruz Ramirez that I showed you guys is your favorite. I like just the regular Dinoco one, but this one, I think it comes in second place for sure. Anyways, though, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the Cars Garage.